You have probably been told a story about your suffering, maybe even by yourself. That story might say you are weak, lost, or somehow broken inside. What if that story is not true? What if your struggle is not about weakness at all, but about misunderstanding? Today, let's challenge the idea that you are less than whole just because you hurt. Many of us have learned to see our pain as a sign of personal failure. We walk through life carrying invisible burdens, feeling like we are the only ones who cannot, get it together. But what if your pain is not proof that you are flawed or defeated? What if it's simply a message waiting to be understood? When we look at our struggles through the wrong lens, we often miss what is really happening. We might call it a curse, a weakness, or a diagnosis. But these words do not capture your true story. They do not define who you are or what you are capable of becoming. It is time to pause and listen to your suffering in a new way. Let's open up to the idea that your pain, however it shows up, does not mean you are broken. It just means you have not fully understood its roots yet. There are two common ways people explain suffering. Some believe everything is spiritual, demonic, cursed, or a battle in the unseen world. Others say all pain is psychological, rooted in the mind, the brain, or our past experiences. Each view has a place, but both are incomplete on their own. If we only see suffering as spiritual, we risk missing what is happening inside our minds and bodies. We may ignore trauma, learned behaviors, or the brain's natural reactions to stress. This can leave us feeling powerless, always searching for a spiritual fix but never really healing. If we only see suffering as psychological, we miss the power of spiritual realities. We overlook the mystery, the meaning, and the battles that happen in places science cannot measure. Sometimes what we call anxiety or depression has a spiritual wound at its core. Neither explanation by itself can hold all our pain. We are not robots, nor are we just spirits. We are layered, body, mind, and soul. True understanding comes when we consider all the ways pain can show up and influence our lives. When you are lost in suffering, confusion often follows. You may rush to diagnose yourself or accept someone else's explanation. But real healing begins with a pause. Take a breath. Notice what is happening inside you, without rushing to label it. Awareness is not just a mental practice, it is a spiritual one. It means allowing yourself to sit with discomfort, to notice your thoughts, your feelings, and even your body's signals. It is an act of courage to stay present, even when it feels easier to escape. Confusion can act like a fog. It keeps you from seeing the path forward. If you move too quickly, you risk missing the wisdom hiding in your struggle. But if you pause and become aware, you give yourself space to ask better questions. Healing starts when you choose to notice, rather than judge or flee. Awareness opens the door to understanding. It lets you see that your pain has layers, and that you are more than any single explanation. We live in a world that loves labels. Depressed, anxious, possessed, under attack. Sometimes these labels help us find the right support, but just as often, they stick to us like heavy coats we cannot take off. Labels can shrink our sense of identity. They can make you believe your suffering is your whole story, not just a chapter. If you are told you have a disorder or a spiritual curse, you might feel hopeless. You may stop searching for other answers. The real danger comes when labels are used without understanding. A label is only as useful as the truth behind it. Without real listening, discernment, or compassion, a label can actually make healing harder. It can keep you trapped in a box built by someone else's limited view. Instead of reaching for quick labels, try asking deeper questions. What is really happening beneath the surface? What parts of your story remain untold? Labels should guide us to healing, not become prisons that hold us back. Confusion is a feeling, not an identity. You might feel lost, stuck, or just kind of off. But these are experiences, not definitions. They are not the sum of who you are. You are not broken because you struggle to understand your pain. Imagine your confusion as a cloud passing over a mountain. The mountain remains, steady and strong, even when it is hidden from view. Your true self is that mountain, not the passing cloud. The struggle is real, but it is not all of you. It's so easy to mistake your temporary state for your permanent self. But identity is deeper than any one moment, thought, or feeling. Who you are cannot be measured by a single bad day or a season of confusion. Remind yourself. Feeling off does not make you less. It makes you human. It is a condition to move through, not a life sentence. You are allowed to seek help and to hope for change, no matter how lost you feel right now. When we try to understand our pain, we often use two main frameworks. The first is psychological. It says suffering comes from the mind, the brain, our nervous system, or our life experiences. Trauma, stress, and negative thought patterns are all part of this view. The second is spiritual. This framework says suffering can come from outside ourselves, forces of darkness, spiritual battles, or wounds in our souls. It talks about influences that science cannot always see. Spiritual suffering can feel like heaviness, fear, or a sense of being attacked. Both frameworks have value. Psychology gives us tools for healing the mind and body. Spirituality offers hope, meaning, and a sense of connection beyond what we see. But neither side can tell the whole story alone. To really heal, we need to see how these two frameworks overlap. Sometimes, a psychological wound can open the door to spiritual struggle. Other times, a spiritual wound can create real physical pain. The layers are connected. Let's look at some common symptoms. Intrusive thoughts, sudden fear, or a sense of confusion can appear in anyone's life. How we interpret them depends on which framework we use. A psychologist might say intrusive thoughts are the result of anxiety, past trauma, or a brain out of balance. They may suggest therapy, mindfulness, or medication to help manage these thoughts. In this view, the problem is rooted in the mind. A spiritual advisor might see those same thoughts as attacks from outside, voices of doubt or fear trying to steal your peace. They may recommend prayer, community support, or spiritual practices to break the attack. In this view, the battle is spiritual. Neither approach is wrong, but both are incomplete alone. Sometimes, intrusive thoughts have a physical root, like lack of sleep or hormonal changes. Sometimes they have a spiritual root, like shame or guilt that needs forgiveness. The same symptom can have more than one layer. Healing comes when we see the whole picture and respond with wisdom, not just a single answer. We are layered beings. Our suffering is layered too. To truly heal, we need to respect both the psychological and spiritual realities of our pain. Ignoring one side always leaves part of us unseen and unheard. Letting only psychology lead can make life feel mechanical. It can miss the mystery and hope that spirituality brings. But letting only spirituality lead can ignore real needs for therapy, safety, and nervous system healing. Both sides are essential. True understanding comes from discernment. This means listening to your story with open eyes and an open heart. It means recognizing patterns, honoring your history, and asking what truly brings lasting peace, not just quick relief. When you honor both sides, you become whole. You stop blaming yourself for what you do not control. You step into healing that is deep, lasting, and honest. This is the path to restoration. Discernment is not about guessing or rushing to fix things. It means looking carefully at your patterns. When did the symptoms begin? What makes them worse or better? Who helps you feel safe and calm? Lasting peace is the sign of true healing, not just a break from pain. Discernment also means asking for help. Sometimes, you need a therapist to help you break old patterns. Other times, you need spiritual guidance to find hope and meaning. Often, you need both. There is no shame in seeking help from more than one path. Break the cycles of self-blame, panic, and overthinking. You are not too much, too broken, or beyond repair. You are layered. You are still here because you are strong. Healing comes when you treat every part of who you are, body, mind, and spirit. You are not your suffering. You are not lost forever. There is hope, clarity, and restoration waiting for you. You can walk a path where both psychology and spirituality bring you home to yourself. You are not broken. You are becoming whole.